Good morning, everybody. It's April 2nd, 2020. We're still on home instruction, so we're going to be talking about inscribed angles. So inscribed angles, just as a quick little descriptive of them, they're what we talk about here, where we've got the actual vertex of the angle happening on the circle. We had central angles coming in last time, and that's where we have the angle come out, something like this, and its vertex is somewhere on the center of the circle. This is going to move that to being on the edge, and that changes a couple of our rules for this. The biggest and most important one is that with an inscribed angle, it is half of the arc. So that arc measure that we talked about when we talked about central angle is going to stay. So we're talking about the relationship between this angle, this arc up here, and this angle down here. So real simple math, if I've got a 31 degree inscribed angle, that's going to give me a 62 degree arc measure of its ending arc. So where the angle ends and intersects with the circle creates that arc, in this case arc WX. So the measure of angle WVX is going to be half of arc WX. And that's going to work both directions. So I have to take two measures of angle WVX to get arc WX. And that's what we do in a problem like this, where I've got the 31 degrees given. I can find the arc created by that by just multiplying by 2. Couple more quick examples. Things I have to remind you guys. If you're having some struggle with this, get a soup can, whatever, make a circle, sketch out these pictures as best you can. It doesn't have to be perfect, but try to get a little sketch going on so that you can mark along with this, because we are going to be on the computers for obviously the foreseeable future. So we're talking about the measure of arc WXY. I'd recommend please try to draw this circle out. You can use the compasses we did earlier on in the year. You can use a soup can, anything that makes a circle. And then trace out and go WXY. We're talking about this arc here. And that's really going to be important because it tells me what angle I'm dealing with. I know this is a basic, there's only one number given, but good habit to get into. So you get your like ice cream cone looking thing here. Where I got a 96 degree angle, and that's going to be half of the arc that I'm creating. So I'm going to take that 96 and just multiply it by 2. And I should get to 192 degrees as my measure of arc WXY. And that's the idea that no matter what, it doesn't matter if it's a minor arc, major arc, the measure of my arc is going to be double the measure of my angle. And so in this case, it's double the measure of angle WLY. All right. That does work the other direction. So I'm given a 160 degree arc here, and I want to find the measure of angle XVW. So I'm just going to half that. So I'm just going to literally take 160 divided by 2. And that's going to give me my missing here, so just 80 degrees. Not too complicated, pretty straightforward. Even when the pictures get a little bit fuzzier, you still just want to make sure you're doing your drawing. I'm dealing with my angle marked here, which if I look through, it's going to end and have this big arc EFG. A little bit of math required, not difficult math, but we're going to take arc EF plus arc FG to get to arc EFG. So in that case, I've got 134 plus 60, and that gets me the 194 that this big arc is. Now this big arc is twice the length of my angle, is twice the measure of the angle down here. So I'm just going to take 194 and divide it by 2. 194 divided by 2 should get me, you don't overcomplicate this for you guys. We'll go over a quick question there, but 194 divided by 2, we're down to 97 degrees. All right. So those are the real simple, straightforward, no kind of complications to them sort of problems. A couple of things that may happen are some multi-step problems, one of which I'm being asked, and you're going to try to find an angle that's, or an arc measure that's clearly not easily defined. It's not defined by the inscribed angle, and it's not just straight up given to you. We'll treat this in kind of a simple multi-step fashion. So if I've got an 87-degree angle here, I would double that to find LK. So 87 times 2, I'm looking at 174 degrees. I've got my 102 and my last angle here. Remember, all circles are 360 degrees. So I'd want to have these two, plus obviously that's going to get me to my third measure. So I'll go my question mark plus 174 plus 102 is 360 degrees. Do your basic algebra, so combine like terms first. 174, 102. My missing arc, we'll go ahead and put the right name in for that. That's LJ. 174, 102, I'm getting to 276. And that's going to equal 360 degrees. Go ahead and subtract out your one-step algebra equation. So minus 276 minus 276. This cancels. 360 minus 276. Make sure we don't make the mistake. 360 minus 276. And I'm looking at 84 degrees there. So arc LJ is 84 degrees. These rules work both ways. Make sure we're keeping this big idea that circles are always 360 degrees and that this inscribed angle thing will hold out to be true. So our last little bit of work here is going to involve two things. First off, here's my one angle I've got, which ends out to arc KL. The other thing I know you guys will notice is that I'm trying to find this, which is this arc KJ. Biggest thing here that we're going to point out is this is located on it's ending a diameter, which means it creates a semicircle. We should know that we're talking about half of a circle going all the way around here. Half of a circle is 180 degrees, and I think we've done math with 180 degrees more times than we can count this year. So what I'm getting at is that arc JK plus arc KL is 180 degrees. So if I find one, I have the other by basic subtraction. And I can find one pretty quickly by using our inscribed angle that we just dealt with. So I've got a 38-degree angle here, which means I'm looking at a 76-degree arc measure for KL, because KL is the arc created by the inscribed angle KFL. So I get the 76 here, and I would go ahead and plug that in, and I'd have question mark plus 76 equals 180. So question mark is 104 degrees, which gives me the arc that I'm looking for. Guys, that's going to be it for today. I don't want to bog you down with 50 examples, make a video that looks too long for anybody to watch. But please remember, you can always come check in with me on Zoom, by email, and we'll have some other contact information coming out soon. Check your Google Classrooms for more information, and we'll see you hopefully on Zoom soon.